caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray, gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama's face. Yeah, I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray, gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama's face. Yeah.
Like I'm positive. You know what I'm saying? I know, but they don't know. So like when he just answering the questions like that, like the jurors don't really pay that much attention.
I was gonna say I don't think the jury was paying attention.
Nah, they already have in their mind the guilt most of the time. So like even though like we innocent to proven guilty, that's just like
it's more like guilt. It's more like guilty until proven innocent.
Right, you gotta prove it, and then and some of these lawyers be acting like you don't. I'm saying, so that's really what that was. Because that's the same thing with the pictures with the braids. So they never let me show the jury those pictures of me in the visiting room with the girls.
Right.
So the jury never seen those pictures.
Yeah, with no braids. Like I don't understand that. Like how do you grow braids in 8 days? Like it's kind of crazy to me.
Right.
So
and that's what I argued about that. Like I fought with them.
Yeah.
I fought with them about that throughout the whole like I fought with my own attorneys about it. Like I even wrote a letter to the court about it, explaining why, hoping that she'll let me get the pictures shown. But they was like telling me like if the judge in the end of the day like unless we could say that his hair grew in 8 days. So I wasn't like that wasn't gonna work. So the jury never seen the photos, and that was a big part of my motion. I just had a motion for my motion for new trial. I had an evidentiary hearing, and I had like an expert. I had the guy that used to cut my hair when I was in the minimum. He came through and said that he cut my hair to a 1/16 of an inch with a 1 guard. That's how low it cut my hair, and he was doing that every 2 weeks for my visits, which is where those pictures come from. And he's saying like it would have took me months for my hair to grow long enough to be cornrows.
Right. So
and I even had
Go ahead.
I even had an expert. I had an expert from the the board of registration of the state with that do all the licenses for everybody. She was an expert at my evidentiary hearing also, and she basically said the same thing. So they basically let it be known that for me to grow hair it was impossible, and this is from experts.
Right.
I'm saying so.
I mean that's common sense. Everybody know that.
Of course, I know that too, but these people act like they don't, and they even using like because of cultural thing, like because they're white people and black or whatever. But it's still common sense.
Even with their hair, they couldn't grow hair that fast.
No one could do it, and that's what the expert said. So she was an older white lady. And she said, like at the best, your hair is only going to grow. That's if you're like at top health. Your hair is only going to grow a half an inch a month. That's the max.
Right.
Yeah. So it would take months from a 16th of an inch to have cornrows, which you're going to need a few inches of at least. It's going to take months before your hair could grow. Yeah. Or even add extensions to it.
Right.
They try to even throw that question in.
You can't.
But that's why it's important.
8 days, you ain't adding no extensions to no hair.
But this is why it's important for our community too. Like you hear we talking like even culture wise and things like that. We get jury duty cards and we throw them away, or we try to find an excuse not to do jury when our own people are at trial here, and like
and we need
this is areas where we're needed, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, because they play real foul. Because even like my whole identification, like with the photo array, that was bad. Like just how they made the photo array. Because even the one that made the photo array, because it was already bad. It's called a suggestive photo array when they got like one person standing out in the photo array, especially when you got the distinctive characteristic that is describing the assailant.
Right.
So that's already bad in itself. But then he gets on the scene and he say, like when he looking through the photos, he didn't see I had braids. Even when he looked at the side view one, where you can see the cornrows, he like where you can see it like even more clear. He's saying like those don't look like braids.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he said.
Those are braids.
And and it really like
No, those
like
are braids. Those are they're designed. They're zigzag, but they're braids.
Course.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, and that's just how they really give it up.
Okay.
On that, so my whole identification was bad, and then let me say this too, like so the identification was bad, so we had a motion to suppress the identification, right? and it's about the photo array and the police procedures because they didn't follow a lot of the procedures that they were supposed to. So the identification was bad, and then we had a motion on it, and the news reporter was there. She attended the hearing, but when she wrote her report, all she spoke about was how the victim was shot 11 times and how positive he was that I was the shooter. But she didn't say anything about how, and this is how the government uses the media. But she didn't say anything about the process of elimination of him going through the 8 and the 4th and the 2. And then she didn't say anything about, like he said, it mainly looked like number 7. Now, that's the identification. Not all of this, I'm sure, and it definitely was him, because that wasn't accurate at the time. Now I've been on the news and all of that, he can say all of that.
Right.
Which is the reason why they do the identification protocols where they had to put his quote on that paper. Mm-hmm. Because that's what he said.
Yeah. And the two gentlemen shot at the barbershop. Let's be clear. You don't know them. Y'all have never met each other. Nah. They don't know you. Nah. And they're also not, and let's be clear, they're also, neither one of them have anything to do with your mother being shot.
Right. As far as I know, nah. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know him. And then they try to say something because he got a son that's my age, but there's no evidence. So they couldn't even really mention that at my trial. Right. Because it was no connecting. There was nothing to connect it. Right. To my mom's shooting. They don't know who shot my mom. No one was arrested for my mom's shooting. They don't really, you know what I'm saying? So they
and that was my next question.
They made their own assumption.
Yeah, and that's my next question. Yeah. So, as far as your mom's shooting goes, were there any follow-ups, any leads? Did they come back and speak to your mom or anything like that?
No.
So it was like she got shot, whatever.
She didn't know anything, so that it wasn't really much for her to get into. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but I'm in here, so I don't really know exactly if they've been pulling back up on her or anything. I'm not sure, but
as of yet, no, we don't know.
Yeah, no one's definitely been arrested for it. I've never heard of any specific suspects or anything. It's just.
And if they thought, that's my question. And if they thought that the people from the barbershop had anything to do with your mother's shooting, why didn't they investigate that?
I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray. Gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama